Hello everybody. Hope everyone is doing well on this warm Friday afternoon. I'm going to do something a little bit different because I was so upset, and I mean there's just so much going on in the world. Those of us who were in Watchtower, first thing we think of is, oh, the Great Tribulation, end of the world. But before I get into this, I just want to say George Floyd, rest in peace. Horrible, horrible, that poor man was murdered. I can't even watch the news with the videos because it's just horrible, to see something like that. And it makes me angry. Angry that this still happens in the 21st century in this country, and angry that there is still racism in this country when it's supposed to be so much better than the rest of the world. No, it's not. It's a cesspool. So our hearts, thoughts, and prayers go out to the family, and rest in peace, George. Another thing that made me angry was we had mentioned in a video, about some of these lawmakers who aren't following their own rules. And there was some criticism, calling us liars and everything else. Well, here's more proof. And this just made me angry also, because I had mentioned how our governor, she doesn't have dark roots. She's had her hair cut. And this is so hypocritical, because they make these rules and expect all of us to abide by them, but they won't follow these rules themselves. How are we supposed to take all of this seriously when they don't follow their own rules? So yes, I am angry. I'm going to put the link down below to the KRQE local Albuquerque news station, a piece they did. Watch the video, because they show clips of what she is telling us and then what they found out she did. The governor of New Mexico, at the same time back in April, is telling all of us to stay at home and to only go out to get supplies or necessary trips away from our home, like medical appointments, those who were essential workers, ones like that. So while she's telling all this, and like I said, I love it because they play the clips of what she said. And then now we find out that a non-essential business that was closed, she calls them up and gets jewelry. So while the rest of us, are fighting over toilet paper, here she is calling up and basically saying, hey, I'm the governor, I want some jewelry. And then has it delivered? What about the ones that had to go into the store and get it? Now, a lot of the business people are upset about this because they asked her about this, and she kind of twists her rules of what it really meant. Well, of course the businesses are upset, and they're like, oh, well, if we could have done, phone call orders and curbside deliveries, we would have been doing that. We would have been able to stay in business. So, like I said, this is, just, we're all getting fed up to here with all of this BS. And I don't know how much longer, a lot of these people are going to be putting up with this. Because like I said, how can we possibly take this seriously when those who are making the rules and enforcing the rules aren't following their own rules? But I ran into a waitress of a restaurant that we like to go to a lot, and she was telling me that they're suffering because they only have carry out. They don't do deliveries. But one good thing that if a restaurant has a patio where they can serve customers, then they can do that. And this particular restaurant happens to have a patio. So, they are able to open the patio. But they can only have like 3-4 tables out there. So that doesn't help much. But she was telling me that one of the cops, as she was going into Walmart, she noticed he's wearing a pair of women's black lacy panties for a face mask instead of a regular mask. Ha ha, that's hilarious. But you can see why people are just fed up, and why a lot of this is getting put on YouTube and the news, and everybody is criticizing YouTube, and those of us who are speaking out, well, you can see why. Because we're all fed up. And they just want us to be sheeple and comply. But yet the governor, just because of who she is, can call up and say, hey, I'd like some jewelry. And then she sent somebody to go pick it up. Could any of us do that? A business that was closed? No. No. So it's a shame, that so many businesses have gone under and are not reopening. They're shutting down permanently. And even my daughter's chiropractor, a doctor, chiropractor, he's retiring, shutting his business down permanently. So it's sad. It really is. So you all try to have a wonderful weekend. Bye.